Yeah.
Tell you if you want to do it. I know who my vote
Kanye.
is. Go. We put a poll up on 95.7 The Game Twitter.
Evan did.
And it's something we're discussing today because things are percolating with NBA and free agency upcoming. Just a couple things from today. Looks like Darvin Ham's going to be gone by the end of the week, which is tomorrow. Paul George, reportedly the LA Clippers are reluctant to give Paul George a max. That's according to Ramona Shelburne of ESPN. And the KD stuff to the Warriors is out there. If you don't believe me, take a listen to Monty Poole.
If you're the Warriors, you would be in on Kevin, and the question is whether Kevin would want to come back, because he has said, I don't really regret anything I've done. Didn't regret going to the Warriors. Didn't regret leaving the Warriors. Didn't regret going to Brooklyn. Don't know if he regrets leaving Brooklyn, but apparently not, because he doesn't. I don't do regrets. I just do what I do, and whatever's supposed to happen is going to happen. I've even seen that KD might go back to OKC. Wow, that would be a serious turn. But yeah, if KD is on the market, the Warriors are shopping.
So there you have it.
Monty.
There you have it. So on 95.7 The Game's Twitter page right now, because we know Joe Lacob likes to go big game hunting.
Big Joe.
If I gave Warrior fans their choice to land a big fish this offseason, and I give you 4 names, who would you want? You ready? Paul George, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, or Joel Embiid? We got a poll up right now on 95.7 The Game, and it's surprisingly tight, apparently.
This shocked me.
Guru wants Kevin Durant.
Embiid. I want Embiid.
Oh, you want Embiid?
Yeah.
Evan's talking Embiid, too.
2 of us.
Embiid's injuries scare the you-know-what out of me. I like the idea of Paul George because he's a two-way player and because he's the kind of guy to me that can fit into any system, doesn't necessarily have to be the system. You bring Embiid in here, everything's going to change, which may be fine. But 888-957-9570 is the number you want to jump in. NBA free agency is going to be incredible this year, and the Warriors are going to be right in the middle of it.
How many of those 4 guys are playing right now? I should know 2. Embiid, PG-13, right?
They're playing for another day.
Okay,
they got one more day left.
The answer is yes. Okay.
I got to ask you this.
Yeah, I'm right here,
I think it's.
Let's go, baby.
Because you have talked about getting a number 2. How come the excuse? How come we're always making? I'll say Guru.
Okay.
How come Guru always makes the excuse for Steph that Curry needs help? Curry needs a guy. The guy's played with 3 Hall of Famers. Come on,
right? And now when you look at what's going on around the league, even with the young guys in OKC and Minnesota, it's a duo. It's a trio. Okay, I don't know what to do with that. But Steiny, I'll keep going. If you're telling me Steph has fell off, I'll fight because I don't feel that. If you're telling me Steph at this age is what he was 10 years ago, no.
Well,
because that natural element. No, Steiny, let's go, man. What's fallen off is what's rotted around him. You got the enigma that is Anthony Wiggins. You got Draymond, never bringing on. So as he gets older and he ages, he needs some help. More now than ever, it's apparent, and that's which way I would sell my soul in the future to go in on trying to get number 5 and 6 for the Warriors.
5 and 6.
Steph. Yeah, I'm going for 2.
And 6.
Yeah, back to back. Shout out Drake.
Dude, what'd you do on the way into work today? I mean,
listen to some Marvin Gaye.
Did you do that phrase I learned? What is it called? Were you driving, not hot boxing were you driving?
I ain't smoking these days.
Well, that does make sense.
Driving dirty? Is that what it is?
It was probably ain't no mountain high enough because apparently the Warriors can just
now that's
get
a
right
4.
back to the top.
Marvin ain't no. Evan is special.
I think that's Diana Ross.
It's a duet.
I think. Well, a lot of people say. I think
Marvin's on that.
Diana Ross definitely did a cover of that.
Oh, I hope Marvin's on. Marvin's with her, right?
See, you're guessing, and I have a vague recollection.
And Evan is like, oh boy.
67.
Matt, here's what's going on today. Matt Steinmetz, Darryl the Guru Johnson with you. A lot of NBA news. 2 games last night. And Darvin
Tammy
Ham,
Terrell's
he's going to be fired. It looks like Ramona Shelburne reporting that. Paul George, apparently the Clippers reluctant to offer Paul George
Let's
a
talk
max
about
contract.
that. The timing. We both agreed.
Hold on one sec. And what was the other one? Oh, Kevin Durant's out there. So basically what's going on right now is we got a poll up on 95.7 The Game's Twitter page. I'm going to give you a choice of 4 stars. Since Joe Lacob loves to go big game hunting, Paul George, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, or Joel Embiid, which one would be your pipe dream?
Man.
All right, go ahead, Gil.
No, I was just, last thing about PG-13, do you find it odd? Do you think the Clippers had anything to do with that timing, him coming off a bad performance? I think that's kind of weak. And again, it just may be natural, but why didn't that come out Monday when he kicked ass Sunday against Dallas? But for him that was a bad night for him and Harden. I don't like that. And I know I can't control it. I don't know who to be mad at. But was that timing odd to you?
Well, we don't know who to be mad at. Maybe Paul George, late night last night in the interview, she said to him, you think you're going to end up coming back? And he might have said to her, you know what? They don't want to give me the max. There's your story.
Well,
so who knows who she got the story from. Let's start out with, let's go to Foster City. Talk to Pat. What's going on, Pat? How you doing, man? Oh,
Patty.
The dreaded drop.
Don't take it so hard. It was good.
Yeah, I don't.
Speaking of Patty, I saw Patty Mills jacking threes from Miami. It's weird.
Oh.
I thought about our guy Green. If Patty can shoot him, he can too.
Let's go to City Boy. What's up, City Boy? How you doing, man?
Our guy.
Hey, what up, fellas? What up?
Hey.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, those choices that you laid out, Matt, I don't want anything to do with any of those dudes. And there's a reason why the Clippers are, there's a reason why the Clippers are reluctant to give the max to Paul George, because he's not a two-way player anymore. He can't defend at a high level. He just can't, especially game in and game out. He gets hurt a lot too. And I'll tell you what, Kuminga is the guy who I don't even care that he's 2 years away from being his best self. I mean, he's 3 years younger than the Niners rookie wide receiver. This is a young kid, and he's made strides. I'm investing in him. And Guru, I told you yesterday, I would get your boy Handy with him to work. He
definitely needs that.
Handles.
Yes, sir.
I'm getting him now.
Yeah. So if I'm the Warriors, and I want to make a point, okay, Jaylen Brown, as good as he is a $60 million player these days. That's where salaries are at. So when we talk about we don't think that Kuminga's a $30 million player, I'm here to tell you that $30 million in 2 years is going to be a steal for Kuminga. So if they can sign him to a 5-year, $30 million deal in year 5, you're loving life. He's going to be good. Look, he's got all the athleticism of Anthony Edwards. He's a bigger player. He doesn't have the killer instinct. He doesn't have the handle yet or the jump shot. But I'm not saying he's not terrible in those facets either. So I think you got to focus on player development. They got to spend some money on getting Handy in here. Who's the shot coach that worked with Kawhi? There's like a shot doctor.
His name is Chip Englund, I think his name was.
Yeah, you call Chip. You call Chip and you call Handy and you lock him in a gym for 3 months with Kuminga. That's what I do.
So you want to run this back? It sounds like, City Boy, you just want to run this back, huh?
Well, I don't mind adding, but I'm not giving up Kuminga.
All right.
You're not going to get a big boy without giving up Kuminga, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm out on the big boys.
I'm with this. Thanks, City Boy. Appreciate the call. And that's essentially where I am. I wouldn't, if I pick Paul George off this list, it still doesn't mean that I want to give up Kuminga for him. I
know you have to, though. If you
exactly
right.
That's exactly right. But I don't want to. I don't like the idea of a quick fix. But if that's the way the Golden State Warriors have to go, among those 4 names, that's the guy I would take.
Well, you know what? And again, I'm a big fan of Kuminga, but the reality is setting in. And you know what's my phrase, Donnie? Tomorrow is not promised.
Availability is
no, that's one of them.
Availability?
Tomorrow is not promised. I'm not good coming in here next year or the year after and getting closer to Steph Curry retirement, and all that we're celebrating is the Warriors got to the playoffs.
We're not even celebrating that.
Yeah, no doubt, and it hurts. And I'm looking at you like I want to do everything that I feel under the sun can give me the best chance to win a championship. And I just don't feel like that can happen waiting on Kuminga, to take it 2 or 3 steps up. He is an ultra talent, and he's going to get there. I just believe it's not going to be fast enough to coincide with Steph Curry and him playing still at top-tier basketball.
So you're willing to give up Kuminga for a 1% chance that you can win a title?
Well, that one to me is 77% if we were able to land one of those guys that you list. Like, I'm there. Like, I'll sleep better knowing I mortgage my future with bringing in a guy of that caliber that's on that list or somebody that's not on that list to go with Curry, and we hit the ground running next November thinking we got a chance, not just to qualify, because I'm assuming offs, but be able to go deep and win those 4 series that you talk about.
I am not at the point where I'm assuming if the Warriors trade Kuminga and Wiggins would have to go, maybe one of the other young guys, couple future first-round picks. I'm not convinced that team is a title team at all. And I might not even be convinced that they're a 46-win team because guys are going to miss games. Like, I am absolutely factoring in the missed games portion of this.
But weren't you proven wrong last year?
What?
Not that you were trying, not that their victory last.
What?
When we look at Steph's ledger and see the amount of games him and Clay and Draymond, for that matter, played.
Right. But
you know what I mean? You could have said what you just said a second ago going into last year.
I did.
And they showed you.
I always did.
Along with DeRozan at 35 playing the.
No, you're
sometimes
absolutely
that
right.
might be wrong, to think or assume that they're not going to be available.
Last summer, when the Warriors re-signed Draymond Green or re-signed him, and they had Clay under contract for 2 years, Steph under contract for 3 years, and Draymond for 4, I'm like, yeah, they're old. They might get hurt. Guys get hurt. Yeah. They're more likely to get hurt. Yeah, I sing that too. But that to me is maybe even the more alarming part. Is 2 of the 3 didn't get hurt. Well, 3 of the 3 didn't get hurt.
Well, okay.
And they didn't make the playoffs. Like, I think there's a very real scenario in which Joe Lacob, not like he's got a rule or something, but, your idea that, Steph hasn't fallen off and he's still a number one. And I think Joe Lacob might look at it as though, well, if Steph can't get us to even the playoffs, maybe he's not. Maybe he, I don't want to say doesn't deserve, but maybe we just can't build around him anymore because he's not. It's
almost
quite
like you're
that
saying,
player.
what else do we need to see?
I mean,
because he was available. That bothers me when you look at it that way. They didn't make it, and those guys played as many games, except Draymond.
888